Kaci.
Yeah, you can see it there. Okay.
Yeah, because it isn't frozen, it makes it a bigger ball, so you have a little bit more room for error. On the move.
Two shots it took to move over that fifth rack. Scratched break from Kaci. Then 7-9 combination. And that's the cruelty of the game, one of the many cruelties of the game, Scott. You look at all the work Kaci put in to win that last rack to get back level again, and then, in a blink of an eye, suddenly he's back to one behind.
Yeah, 100%. He breaks the balls great. Out of the blue, here comes good old green to knock him right up in the right corner pocket. Heartbreaking for Kaci. Uplifting for Chua.
13 players from the Philippines started out here, the joint most of any country, alongside the host nation, Saudi Arabia. One of the Saudis made it through to the final 64 single elimination stage, although I think as a group they probably performed overall a bit better than we might have expected, and of course that'll be something to follow over the next 10 years. The championship is going to be here, minimum. How much will those players progress? How many new players might come through from the host country? But of those 13 racks from the Philippines, 9 made it through to the final 64. 3 racks. We're still 3 of them here at the quarterfinal stage. Jeffrey Ignacio and Anton Raga both going out last night. This is the sole Filipino player left, and he's leading this semi-final by 3 racks to 2.
Yeah, Michael, you see that patch right there? It says Marboys. It's a team of stone cold killers out of the Philippines. JR leading that team. What a great guy, manager of the team. And that team of players, well, we'll see many of them at the Reyes Cup.
If you're wondering what this Reyes Cup is that we're talking about, so the Mosconi Cup, probably among the general public, I would think, is perhaps the most high-profile pool event. It's modelled, obviously, on Golf's Ryder Cup. It's Europe versus USA. It's played on an annual basis, alternating venues, so it will be in the US later this year in Florida. But before that, for the first time ever, we're going to have Europe as holders of the Mosconi Cup going to Manila to play Asia in an event along similar lines. And I think there's no doubt about it, the Asian team will be a stronger challenge than the US team, at least on paper nowadays. Chua may very well be one of those representing Asia. Oh, hang on. Fast right. Oh, another scratch.
Yeah, slight comedy of errors here early in this match.
That may well be the tone of the day, because I think there's a lot of fatigue setting in among the players. As we've said, the massive pressure not only of playing for the world title, but the life-changing money as well.
Yeah, I think Kaci's gone through the field a little bit better. You've said yourself that he hasn't played as much pool. Well, that's because he's dominated in most of his matches. I do think that's a huge benefit here today. Chua, I just really feel he looks a little bit tired. Not that they're not used to playing tired, but in this format, under these lights, with this prize money, it could really affect him.
That's the difference, isn't it? They've all come through the ranks by playing in events with matches going on till the early hours, one after another, but it's totally different in this environment. That is not ideal.
No, he's overdrawn this ball. It just tells me he isn't settled either.
Extension, cool.
Taking his extension. He typically will do this almost every game. The last thing he wants to do is contact the 9. I don't think it's in play. You see on your clock, the extension has started. He's got 25 seconds left. Wants to avoid this 9. Clean strike. How's it going to finish, though? He's going to have to play something real slick here to continue the run.
He's making hard work, labouring the chances that are coming his way at the moment.
Yeah, the last thing he wanted to do with 5 balls open on the table, starting out with ball in hand is play safe. That's why you're looking at him take this 6 up into the top right. This could be a massive moment. He's trailing by a game. Oh, and he's caught it way heavy. Didn't even threaten the pocket.
Well, the signs were pretty good from Kaci's point of view, the opening rack, but really coming undone a bit.
A couple gifts for Johann Chua. As we mentioned, it was his son's birthday yesterday. Almost seems like it's his birthday today. Kaci, 5 in game number 3. Well,
His actual birthday was just over a week ago, turned 32. He's been around a really long time already. In fact, he was in the quarterfinals a full decade ago. So this is his longest ever run at the World Championship. You have that starts like this, where it's tight, not much in it. He's looking to see who's going to be the first player to have a lead of more than a single rack. In this case, it is Johann Chua, the man from the Philippines, won 2 in a row. He's pulled away from 2 all to now lead by 4 racks to 2.
Laban Pilipinas. Paki-share naman mga guys sa ating live stream. semifinal na po si Johann Chua. Ang mananalo dyan is
Eklent Kaci having his problems in the early stages of this World Championship semi-final.
fighting for
This miss on the 6 cost him rack number 6, but really, Scott, it was about what had gone before that to put him in that position.
Yeah, just like a couple games ago, he missed the 5, but here he's overdrawn his mark with ball in hand, and that's what led to this problem. Missing the 6 in the top right wasn't even close.
I wouldn't say there's much early momentum on either side, but what momentum there is clearly belongs to Chua. He's now won 4 of the last 5 racks. Concerning signs, these for Kaci.
Thank you. Rack 7.
Look at
Johann,
how many of
kaya
the
naman po guys.
big established
Fair
regular
lang.
tournament winners of recent
Kaya
years
na
at this
ako
level
dun.
have long since departed the scene. It's a huge
Ang
opportunity
mananalo po
for them
dito
today.
is fight,
It's not
waiting
happening for
for
him at the moment. Chua leading 4-2,
champion.
breaking in the 7th.
He
Yun,
looks to be the better break with
pumasok.
a 9. Got a good kiss to the top
Lamang na
left.
po
It's
tayo
not
ng
gonna
dalawa.
go. He looks to be breaking real consistent.
Open
I
mo.
just get this feeling though.
Yun.
Gonna catch on. Got a big shot to the top left now. Really just putting the focus into making this ball the 3. Well, it lays real nice on the right-hand side of the table. And the 4 leads to the 5.
See that stat there, number of balls on break 4. Well, it's literally been 1 each time, and it's been 1 inside, 100%.
Yeah, nice strike there. Don't want to get too straight. Wants to be able to punch out towards the center. And this will be a big rack as well after that mistake. Adding insult to injury. Really punishing Kaci.
First time he's been in the semi-finals of either of the 2 standout events in the game, the World Championship and the US Open. He was very close to doing it in the US back in 2021, just a single rack away from getting to the semis. Went down to the eventual champion, his compatriot, Carlo Biado. That's who he's hoping to emulate today. Biado, the last Philippines player to win this title.
And this is okay. Nice little rub on the 6. He kind of played that, I believe. The 7 in an awkward position. So he wants to get good on the green. You can see that line. He's placing his cue. That's a 1 rail line. He can just come over 1 rail above the 7. See if he gets there. Oh, this looks perfect. You don't want this guy to get comfortable.
No, and one thing is going to help you get comfortable in what's been a twitchy match a bit on both sides really so far. It's getting your first break and run.
Pero
It's got the
kayang-kaya yan
opportunity
ni
to do just that.
Bukit, Idol, Bad Koy. Yun.
Yeah, a
Babal
little
pa sa
light, maybe,
8.
but natural position. You can see the 7 isn't frozen. It's a shot these guys play all the time. He knows the magnitude. Gonna take his extension, bear down here. All he's got to do is pot the ball. Yeah, he's starting to look a little looser to me, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. I think Kaci would have been made favourite before this match, but not by a huge amount. And really, when you consider 2 very competent, experienced players, well, the fact that Chua is now looking settled, Kaci's making mistakes, and the fact there's going to be 3 racks in it in a moment, at this point, you'd have to say Chua is now favourite.
Yeah, without a doubt. Kaci helping him.
Chua has helped himself to all the balls in that rack. Our first break and run of this semi-final. And Chua now leads it by 5 racks to 2. Yeah, so needed to make this 7, but as you said, Scott, didn't really have to think about position, which obviously helped.
Yeah, hit it really clean. You've got to catch that ball going in. If you catch it coming out, it's no good.
And then the 8, and in particular that 9, were just routine. So it's one of those, isn't it? Race to 11, 5-2. It's very far from insurmountable. But if it gets any bigger than that, 6-2, 7-2, well then you're starting to require a massive comeback. So the next rack or two, huge for Kaci, if he can get in.
Yeah, those 6-2, 7-2, 8-2 deficits, very hard to come back at this point in the event. I'll go back to it, and we talked about it. Missing that 5 ball in game number 3 for Kaci was a bad sign for Kaci. Really lifted Chua's spirits.
Leading 5 ranks to 2.
In my opinion, he's been the best breaker so far. Not even close.
Broke and ran in the previous rack. Can he carry that momentum forward? Looking good for Chua. It's 5-2.
Diyan lang ka. Diyan lang ka.
And the 1 is down again. The 2 gonna settle awkward. Just over here near the red.
Diyan lang ka.
Continues to get that little flick off the bottom of the 9. It's a little different flick than you see a lot of times from these guys. Does he go all the way up table here? That's what he's looking at now. He'd love to just run this cue ball up behind the green 6 with an outside ball. Elevating. Played it 2-way. How's the 2 gonna finish though? Kaci might be able to see this 2 ball. Now he's gonna have to jump a piece of the 3.
Extension cool.
Does the 2 go by the 4? Hard to tell. Oh, definitely not. And he's up against the 3. That's not going to have the speed, is it?
That's right. All in hand.
Big time error for Kaci.
Yeah, didn't make any contact with the rail, so it's a foul. Ball in hand. And look at Kaci's face. You can see concern all over it. Able and tense on this opportunity.
Yeah, Kaci made a couple errors yesterday, but didn't give us anything to talk about. His face never changed. I noticed right at the end of last game, he was over there in the chair with his hand on his forehead. Not a good sign for the Kaci team.
Every time we see Chua play over the last year or so, we talk about the wonderful role he played a number of times last year, but last 32 at the World Championship, again at the European Open, and actually would have played him again. Single elimination, if he'd beaten Emil Andre Info, but was edged out by the young Norwegian. So this is a whole new level for him in terms of his recent performances in matchroom tournaments.
I'm hearing up at the clock. So asked to clean the ball, the clock continues. That's why I called the extension. Looking live at the table here. He's got a little bit of an angle. I think he can suck straight down for the 7, the lower left. Yeah, very clean.
When you were saying earlier you thought Chua looked a bit tired, but when you start playing well, getting a few racks together, momentum, the adrenaline kicks in. Suddenly, you forget all about that.
Well, let's be honest as well, though. Kaci, and again and again, game number 3 misses the 5 with knee clearance. Game number 6 misses the 7.
Rack 9. Johann Chua to break. Leading 6 racks to 2.
I said when it was 5-2 that still very manageable for Kaci, but he couldn't afford to fall much further behind. That's the way they're heading at the moment. It's a rack this, you feel. Kaci got to start reeling in his opponent if he gets the chance.
Yeah, so far, Chua, 100% with the 1 in the left middle. Still 100%. Is he going to get a look at the 2? I think the 3 just got him covered up. Maybe not. It's tough to tell.
It is tough, isn't it? At first glance, I thought he did have a shot on the 2. Now, I'm not so sure. We'll find out. Oh, well, now that tells a different story, doesn't it?
Yeah, so he's going to have to find a way to roll out here. That's what he's calling. This is a big push out. This could be a huge moment in the match. If Kaci can figure something out.
Eklent, your choice.
Man, it's hard to accept this. It's hard to accept it. Johann, if he gets it back.
Johann keeps playing.
Yeah. Johann gonna probably try to come to the bottom side of the 2. Carry the 2 up past the purple 5. That's one option anyway. A lot of good things can happen if you catch the bottom half of blue here. Kaci. He doesn't exactly look wide awake either. Oh, he caught him fat. This might be a big moment. Kaci, it's now or never.
Well, from his point of view, it needs to be a big moment, doesn't it? I have to say, Kaci has not been his normal effective self from the opportunities that have come his way. It's that 5, got himself tangled up positionally and missed the 6 in the next rack. He's not really had anything to go at since. Does now.
He missed a couple balls yesterday. He recovered well. But when he recovered, he wasn't so far behind. How will he handle it? He's got to make this ball back and forth with the cue ball. Well, if he struck, it's going to be good. Is he going to go to the top left corner with the pink? Carries the proper line. Yeah, that's what he's done. Actually, a little steeper than he wants to be. He wants to stay left center of the purple 5 due to where the green 6 is here on the lower right side. He wants to try and hold this, I believe. He's overcut it. Yeah. Not clean. Want to catch that ball thicker. It's going to be okay, I think. He can hold, but he's going to have more distance on the green unless he decides to go forward. Obviously, a heavy favorite to make this ball, but under the circumstances, it's a pretty big shot. You can't afford to lose another game. And he caught that a bit thin. Nothing real clean yet for Kaci.
In the semi-final of the World Championship last year, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz went 7-2 down, turned around to win, became champion. So it can't be done, but of course, you'd rather not be in that position. Kaci really needed this after losing 4 in a row. So the simplest of nines in the side for Eklent Kaci to snap that losing streak. He's back to 3 behind here. Johann Chua leads this semi-final by 6 racks to 3. World Championship has come to Saudi Arabia for the very first time. A lot of that down to the input of the Saudi Arabia Billiards and Snooker Federation. There's their president, Dr. Nasser Saab Al-Shamari. Start of a decade of the World Championship being played here, at the very least. Well, among other things, the early part of this semi-final was a story of missed chances and unexpected errors from Eklent Kaci, but he got his chance in rack 9 and took it well this time. That's why he's back to 3 behind as he breaks in rack 10.
Yeah, he got his chance from a miss hit from Chua. Chua had a pretty good kick after a rollout. Caught the 2 way too heavy. Left Kaci the run out. Can Kaci get the 1 down with a shot on the 2? On the 1 down, 2 down. And the 3 is laying good, but there is one problem. The pink 4 is up top. And cue ball has settled nearly on the rail. Yeah, he's going to really dig into this, Michael. He's elevated. This is a big time shot if he can come with it. He has a slight angle.
First time in the match we've seen multiple balls made on the break. With Kaci, we suspect it may not be the last.
elevates well. He can really get into that cue ball. I think he can get to this 4. If he does, it'll give him a lot of confidence. Looking across this, past the 5, in the lower left. I believe so. Yeah. Now he's weighing out the elevation, going up table, so I think he's looking at options here. He's thinking about the cross because it's kind of a 2-way. But with the angle he's got, as much power as he's possessed in the past. Okay, watch this, Michael. If he levels out, he's going to play the 3 in the lower left, I believe. Now he's going back up table. Big time shot coming up. Well, he's changed his mind. Yeah, going to the lower left. I felt like he could get up there. You gotta wonder if he talked himself out of that due to the previous mistakes.
Yeah, that's it. You talked about confidence there, and you're absolutely right. That's the sort of shot that would restore a lot of confidence. Do you think if he hasn't made those earlier errors, he attempts that shot?
I don't even think it's a question on that shot. I still feel like he should have shot it. Of course, it's not easy, but he's the type of guy that can get that done. And Chua at the table with good defensive opportunity.
You know, if he's in the frame of mind that he doesn't want to take on a shot like that, can you win the World Championship? With that mindset, he's got to snap out of that.
Yeah, I fully agree with that, Michael. He definitely has to snap out of it. He's got to change something in the mindset. It's easy to lose confidence on this stage with this prize money, making a couple of mistakes that he's made. Is he going at the 4 here? That looked thin to me. Interesting. I didn't know if that ball was even makeable. You had to catch the 3 a lot heavier in order to make that 4, if it was makeable at all. We're seeing some emotion from him today.
Just go back to the earlier shots. It's a day of massive opportunity, and there's a lot of pool to be played. You're not going to be able to get through it successfully, ducking the big moments.
Yeah, and I think he passed up a big moment after the break there, trying to cross the 3 into the lower left. Yeah, look at this. Does it open up for a shot on the pink? I believe it has. Chua, not phased.
Reyes, 1999 champion. The greatest of all time. Absolute superstar in his home country of the Philippines. Since he got here, Scott, he's been watching along. He really looks engrossed by all of it.
Oh, interesting. So he couldn't get to all of that. Even though Kaci not looking at anything good, he should be happy he's back at the table. Yeah, effort really into with this match. Going to the jump cue here. Some big ball to get over. He is not thrilled right now. Big opportunity missed earlier. Can he get it down? Oh, look at this, Michael. Does he get position? Still big time. Look at this shot, Michael. He's caught it on the second or third bounce.
Sure, I've ever seen a cue ball jump that far above the table.
That was wild. The good news for him is now he's got a real good defensive play. Now he's gonna let him see a piece of this. If he did, there's no excuse for it. He had a lot of room to keep him sewed up. Okay, there's a good angle. Chua gonna go to the jump cue. He's kicking.
Castro.
We've seen this a few times already, Michael. When you use a high cue ball kicking on this particular table because it's so dry, that ball tends to want to lengthen out more than the other tables. Just missed the 5 there. It hasn't been clean, but Kaci somehow finding a way back.
So again, nothing complicated here, really.
I always think in moments like these, it's important to find out how much sleep the player got. You got to wonder if either of them have slept at all.
So ball in hand proves decisive as so often. Kaci was 4 behind not so long ago. He's now cut that deficit in half. 6-4 to Johann Chua. Let's see this jump shot again, Scott. This was up there in the lighting ring. This left the table by so much.
Yeah, he had to really get over the 6. It was on the second bounce that he caught the 4. Look at the air. It was actually mid-air on the first bounce that he caught the 4. Wow.
Well, it's been a scrap so far. Neither player has really established any fluency at any stage, partly because of their own mistakes, partly as ever because of the way the balls have fallen. Very, very difficult to speculate as to who might win it from here. That's Wojciech Szczęsny. He'll be involved in the second semi-final later. Had the great win earlier in the tournament, just yesterday, in fact, against Shane Van Bonen. And Gorst, the only player left in the championship who's won it before, is attempting to become only the 6th player in history to have won the World Championship and then ever come back and win it for a second time. Will Szczęsny be the one to make the big breakthrough for Poland that we've all been waiting for so much over the last few years? That will be coming up directly after this semi-final. But you sense, Scott, right, the end of this match is still a very long way off.
Yeah, you just get that sense, Michael. Going back to Gorst, he's just coming off a World Pool Masters win. I finally feel like he's getting comfortable in this event. Well, there hasn't been an issue getting the 1 down. Lovely on the 2 here. And that's kind of been the story, Michael. We haven't seen a lot of good openings, even though the break has been pretty good for both guys.
Well, that's it. They keep making the one in the side, both of them, and still only 1 run out.
Is he looking to chip the 2? Use the pink? Oh, that's pretty light, but it's going to get the job done. As long as he can't get a piece of the blue, and I don't think he can. So not bad. A little light. Chua can get to this bottom rail.
You know, remarkable to see Chua here in the World Semi-Finals when you consider he didn't even make the single elimination stage of the UK Open last month. Lost his winner's qualification to Ko Pin-Yi and then was denied a final 64 spot by Chang Yu-Long. What a turnaround here in Jeddah.
Well, he just let that go, hoping to get a little love. And I believe he has. It's close. I don't think he can make it, that's for sure. and it's hard to tell. Oh, it's close. He's not going to play it. He's going to two-rail the blue around. Use the pink and the 9. He's lost the cue ball a bit. Oh, he's got covered from the green 6. You really want to hold that cue ball a little further to the right. It makes life a little more difficult. Chua is still forced to go 2 rails. Wow, look at this. Tell you what, from there, not terrible. I don't think he's going to like his next inning at the table. Yeah, he's going to be glued behind the 7 and 8 here. Ideal to bump the 8 so that the 7 will pass in the future. But he didn't. So let's see if that comes up down the road. Just nudges the 8 a little, the 7 passes. That's a big deal, especially if you get the ball in hand. You got it here. 7 might already pass, and the 6 is so close to it. He can manufacture something. Chua kicking again. Yeah, this ball's really lengthened out. You've got to play the ball much shorter with a high cue ball with that speed.
It's Chua who is grounds to feel frustrated. He keeps forcing these opportunities for himself.
And the big question, Michael, is does the 7 pass the 8? Obviously got work to do. Got to get good on the 3 to start with. And he's weak here. This is short. Way short.
Yeah. Just looking there from overhead to see whether the 7, the 8, but not sure that it still looks very tough.
He's looking to draw 1, 2, 3, or does he this? Oh, he's just taking distance. Interesting. And this still poses the question, if he gets this down, is he going to have to do something with the brown, or does it pass the 8? This looks really good. That's a sign, a positive sign for the Kaci camp. Oh, there you have it, Michael. It does pass.
Yeah, that's conclusive, isn't it? Kaci just little by little starting to look a bit more comfortable again. Often it's one spectacular shot that can restore confidence, settle you in, but in this case it's more about just gradually building it. But as I say that is not what he's looking for.
No, that's exactly right. He wants to come further past. He's got to get closer straight in. The 7, not straight forward. And that's why he's gone forward. Really like the play, Michael. Safe play. Can't get in trouble doing this.
speculated for so long as to whether the 7 would pass the 8 into the top corner pocket. In the end, it was irrelevant because he's gone the other way. Now, should get back to only 1 behind.
Digging down up to the right side of the table.
It's going to be 3 in a row for Kaci. Patiently carved out a route back into the match. So, having led 6-2 at one point, Johann Chua's a good catch. Now just a single rack. Kaci will be breaking in the next, looking to draw level. Back in the semi-finals after a 7-year absence. He's had such an eventful career in the intervening period. Became the youngest ever Mosconi Cup player at Alexander Palace in 2018. Still in his teens. It was the first of 4 straight appearances. Europe actually lost the first 2, then won the next 2. Now someone's really getting into the spirit of it all. Little dance move there, Scott.
Yeah, I was actually working with her in the clinic yesterday. She is a great student of the game, like so many others here.
You taught her how to play. Maybe she could teach you how to dance. I think anyone to show you that, Scott.
I would need a little more work with her teaching me how to dance than me teaching her how to play pool.
My friend, off for a little break. As I said, that was the first of 4 straight Mosconis for Kaci. Missed out at 12-2. Looked for all the world like it was getting back in the tank last year, and then had the accident.
Only 6 racks to 5.
That was an end to that.
Can he get a shot on 2? No, he cannot. Once again, most likely forced to roll out.
Push ankle.
It's going to be tricky. Pretty brutal. Make 2 balls on the break. Not come up with anything. Yeah, very tricky rollout here, trying to figure out what he can do. You almost feel like he needs to just go directly to the right side of the table. He's looking to come down, so maybe playing ahead for a kick and stick. Maybe kicking to the left long rail and holding, trying to get behind the 4. Just needs to get off the rail. That's what he's playing for.
That's your choice.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility.
Excellent. Please play again.
Okay, he's giving it back. Michael, I think there's a chance kicking and sticking this ball. He's got to catch the 2 fat. Is there a chance that he can go into the 2 first and get back down here behind the 8 and the 6? Well, he missed the 3. It's dressing up to be sweet.
Coming a bit of a pattern, this Kaci forcing ball in hand. We may see it again.
Frozen.
So the referee just confirming the ball is frozen there. Just explain again for anyone new to the game why that's significant.
Yeah, frozen ball call means you have to get a rail after the ball that's frozen, meaning the cue ball's got to contact the rail, the object ball has to contact another rail. Very hard to scratch from that angle, Michael. I think it did help. Excuse me, I think it helped Kaci that the cue ball caught the point. Maybe close to the 2, I don't know. know if he can dig in and cut this ball or not. A lot of traffic in the way. Wow.
Cool.
Big moment this. Oh, he's going to the cut, I believe. Or is he just trying to get down here behind the 8? Yeah, he's going to play a defensive shot. He's overcut it.
Oh, and what a result he's had there. That looked for all the world like he was going to scratch. Ball in hand, and a 2 over the pocket. Lead for Chua. He's acknowledged the fortune he's had there.
Yeah, Andy overcut it. Just think about catches it thicker. He's for certain going into those other balls. He kissed off the 5. So lucky he didn't scratch. And Chua looking to tie the ball up.
Foul strike. Ball in hand.
Yeah, so essentially playing a deliberate foul and accepting Kaci's going to have ball in hand and a chance to run out, just trying to make it more difficult for him to achieve that.
Yeah, the reason he did the kick to the blue 2 was so difficult, it wasn't worth attempting. Hoping that Kaci makes him down the road.
And a 2 over and maybe a 2-rack lead for Chua. He's acknowledged the fortune he's had there.
Yeah, Andy overcut it. Just think about if he catches it thicker. He's for certain going into those other balls. He kissed off the 5. So lucky he didn't scratch. And Chua looking to...
Foul strike. Ball in hand.
Yeah, so essentially playing a deliberate foul and accepting Kaci's going to have ball in hand and a chance to run out, just trying to make it more difficult for him to achieve that.
Yeah, the reason he did that is the kick to the blue 2 was so difficult, it was worth attempting. Hoping that Kaci makes a mistake down the road.
And a 2 over the pocket and maybe a 2-rack lead for Chua. He's acknowledged the fortune he's had there.
Yeah, Andy overcut it. Just think about if he catches it thicker. He's for certain.
The Japanese offense.
He's got all the ball. We've got a tie ball game.
It's 9 you could ever see. 4 in a row for Kaci. He's level in this World Championships. It's a race to 5 from here. That 12th rack, surely the most significant of this so far, particularly in terms of how it finished. It looked as though Johann Chua was going to stay in front. He was 6-2 in front. Kaci had got back to 6-5. It looked for all like it was going to 7-5, and they were surprised as all the rest of us missed that 8, and from there was only one outcome to rack 12. So it is 6-all. They are the numbers behind that basic stat. Anything there should watch us.
Yeah, I mean, I think the break and runs are obvious. The automatic, they're one to the break.
Honestly, wouldn't have told you because nobody in that moment. But nothing else. That was Abdullah El Yusuf, who knows all about playing in the World Championship semi-finals. Scores the tie to reached the stage 2 years ago. He was beaten by Albin Ocean, who was the defending champion and went on to lose the final. Eklent Kaci is in his second semi-final of the World Championship. And he's back level in it.
Yeah, the one's down again. This looks good for a shot on the 2. I don't know how good a shot. Here comes the 8. Oh, he got a nice kiss on the brown. And he's got a good look here on the blue 2. The 3, where he goes with the cue. He could just stun to the top rail. And at worst, I'm up behind the 8 if he doesn't land good on the 3. He's able to go forward even better. Yeah, even better. His middle pockets don't afford much room for error. It's a good look there.
Extension cool.
Steeper than it looks. You can tell on the overhead. This isn't straightforward. He's got to cut it a bit. Michael is allowed to go to this left long rail. He's keying up for a big stroke. It felt like he could just fire that with an inside ball. Like he used a bit of an outside ball there. Is he going to use the 7 here? Yes, he is. Well, if he goes 2 rails at it, there's a chance getting the cue ball behind the 9.
Extension cool.
All 3 co-brothers are in the arena. Of course, Johann, the youngest of them, played Johann Chua in this World Championship.
Fast right. All in hand.
It's like 3 or 4 times now, Michael, where he just missed the top side of the ball.
Please start the clock.
Yeah, it might look like we're just running the same rack over and over because it's ball in hand again. It's just so similar, rack after rack. Of course, just looking at the co-brothers there, how long will it be before we see 2 of them play the Kaci brothers in a World Cup of Pool match? Eklent Kaci has not led this match since it was 1-0. He has a chance now. Get back in front.
Yeah, it's not been straightforward, that's for sure. Oh, very nice. He's got 2 options here. He can actually go forward or come back. He'll go backwards.
You know, we're so used to seeing Kaci. He's at his absolute best, powering balls in off the break, getting chances, running out racks, just overpowering opponents. This is a long run of racks he's on at the moment, but it's come in a very different way. It's the good, controlled match play. This is going to be his 5th rack in a row. yet again, ball in hand. So important. And all of a sudden, Eklent Kaci is only 4 ranks away from the World Championship final. And the body language is not good for Chua at the moment, and that's something we'll talk about further. They're trying to get into the final. Mohamed Soufi did just that in Poland last year. Really put it up to Francisco Sanchez-Ruiz in what was a pretty close final. So many of the players still here and enjoying the atmosphere. Watching others trying to claim their place in World Championship history. Now it's Kaci almost feeling Scott. Looking feels at home. Chua there is looking anxious.
Yeah, completely different look on the faces of both players. Obviously, the scoreline having something to do with that. From the beginning, like Chua looked a little obviously
Eklent Kaci to break.
not sleeping, just probably tired. For 100
was a little spring in the step. It's gone now. Needs to get it back. 7-6 Kaci.
He's been getting a good kick up to the top. There it is again. He's going to get a shot on the 2. It's thin. Oh, look at this kick off the 8. Key ball draws right off the 8, coming back on table. Yeah, earlier we saw him pass a shot up, Michael. Surprised both you and I. I don't think he can pass this up. He's got to take this cut on. Just because the 3's down here are on the left end of the table. Cue ball's tracking somewhere down here. You've got to stay aggressive in this position.
Yeah, and I remember the shots that you're talking about earlier. He was in a very different frame of mind then. Trying to get into the final. That man has been in more of them than anyone else in history. The only player to have been in 4 World Championship finals. Alban Ocean.
Yeah, one of my favorite players to watch when he's... That's too heavy right there, Michael.
And is there anyone in this room now not thinking the worst possible turning point?
That gives you an idea of these side pockets.
It was a tough shot, that wasn't it? Only for the 4. You don't like saying must win or must make, taking this opportunity. There's not a great deal here. It's anything other than routine.
Yeah, it just feels like every game is so important for both of these guys. There. He capitalizes. He's been here many times.
So impressed, no doubt, what she's doing here.
Yeah, now he's getting a shot on the 2 more than he was earlier. The ball's opening up. Opportunity for a break and run now.
Keeps on making the 1 in the side. So consistent in that regard. Another way in which he's been consistent. Rather not be. There's not been any break runs so far in this semi-final. The faces, more challenging 9 than he would have anticipated to finally break that sequence.
Yeah, Michael, he was trailing 6-2.
7 on the spin.
Oh, to the lower right. This landed really awkward. I think this is the correct pocket. So when a player chooses the other side like this, he feels like he can see the ball cleaner. Might get the cue ball to the rail a little quicker as well, avoiding the scratch. That's why he's going to the lower right.
And now it is 7 in a row. It's the first break and run Kaci has had in this semi-final, and he's only a couple away now from Pool's ultimate stage.
Told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place.
Maingin ko pa talaga.
In the semi-finals of the World Championship last year, Francisco Sanchez-Ruiz was 7-2 down against Mario P. He came back to win. Eklent Kaci trailed 6-2 in his semi-final this time. But now, a couple away victory. Kaci leading Johann Chua 9-6. And of course, after his comeback last year, FSR went on to win the day as champion of the world.
Yeah, the deceleration on the 6 from Chua, overcutting the 7, kissing it out of the pocket. How big was it? Now the 1 down again.
Scratch.
What's the 8 gonna do? He's gonna start out with a tough combination, not straightforward. The cue ball's going away from the 3.
Yung views?
Yeah, I don't even know if he can play this now. And overhead.
Madalang na nag-story.
Yeah, I think it's too challenging. Is he going to try and nip him behind the 8? That's what he was measuring out right now. He'd like to glue him to the back of the 8. It's a little touchy because the cue ball's so far out towards the center. So he chose to go all the way down. The line wasn't there to just lay over on the left side of the 8. He played the 3 up. Pretty clever.
So Chua back at the table for the first time since that fateful sequence of shots on the 6 and then the 7 in rank 14. Exception cool.
This is ended up fairly awkward. Looking to swing through the gap of the 9 and the 6. Just trying to get distance. Leaving the 3 down low. Yeah, now we might have something else in mind. Oh, he got the kiss. He's got a big roll here. Things all of a sudden going Kaci's way. The pool gods are listening. So,
and if you believe in the pool gods, you have to feel Chua's anger at them. Some of the mistakes he's made. He's had chances during this run of 7 in a row by Kaci to stop that sequence in its tracks, and he's just passed them up.
Yeah, well pointed out, Michael. He's missed a couple of kicks that he clearly should have made contact with. And obviously, the mistake on the 7. This might make it awkward again. Yeah, if this ball doesn't go, he can lay him up on the 7, meaning play the 3 down here towards the pink. There's a good look at it. Is it worth taking the chance, leading 9 games to 6, when you have a pretty straightforward safety?